Chalverson here. This is ICS235, and in this video I'm going to do lab 5.6. So in this we're going to learn again about cross-validation. We did the previous lab model selection using cross-validation, and today we're going to go through this one a little bit more fully than we did 5.5. So a good Jupyter example is, let's see, let me put this here. And a good Jupyter example is this one here, this 5.1.1. It's in section 5.1, just like the last one. Okay, so make sure you run it. See what happens if I do this again. I just did this. All right, okay, so we start out, we are importing, okay, it imports all of this stuff for us. It has us create a data frame. First thing we got to do is create a data frame X, which with the features passengers and distance. Okay, so it's similar to this one. This one's it's from taxi, so let's just type it in. We can just type it in here. Taxis, passengers, distance. There we go. And Y would be taxis. And we're just looking at fare. That's this here. Okay. And then we're going to set aside 10% of the instances for testing. That's just like this. Set aside 10% of the instances for testing. Oh, yeah, okay. This one is 70% and 20. Yeah, this one's more difficult. Okay, so that looks just like this. It's just the same as this. Copy. It's this, except, and it looks like we're going to still use, random state of 42. So this time we're going to do, doesn't need to be that way. Random state of 42. Okay, so we've set aside 10% of the instances for testing, and then we're going to split the remaining 90%. The remaining 90%, which is this here. And we want to grab 20% out of that remaining 90%, which that's why it gives us yields 70%. Whereas in this case over here, we're grabbing another 10% out of the 90%, which makes us have 80% and 10%. But this time, okay, this was 10% validation. This time we want to do 20% validation. So when we pull 20% out of the remaining 90%, then we end up with 70% over here. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So it turns out that it's still going to be this thing. Still going to be that. However, this is going to be 42 again. 42. Except for this is going to be, we're going to be pulling out 20% of the remaining 90%. The remaining 90%, which is going to leave 20% validation, and then that's the test size here. Oh, yeah, validation. Yeah, okay, that's right. Train. Is this right? It's going to be X train, Y val, Y train, Y val. We're splitting X train and Y train. Yeah, okay, so that's what I think it is. All right, great. Now, linear regression model. That's kind of like, oh, we got to go to the next one. Okay, 5.1.2. Let's start this up. Let's start it up. And let's go down to, well, we did this, not that, not that, not that. Let's see, here we are, linear regression model. This is initialize k nearest neighbors. And we're doing linear regression, so that looks something more like just linear regression, I guess. And then we have our CV results, and we're going to use explained variance as the performance metric, and it's going to be 15-fold cross-validation. So if we look at, here, let's see, this thing here, it's going to look something like this, close to this. Too bad I didn't find a better example. Okay, so you put this here, and then we add a scoring argument equals explained variance. Okay, that. And then we got to just output the CV results test score. Was that this thing? This thing. All right, yeah, just thing, I guess. I guess that's right. Okay, copy this and put it right here. All right, and when we run it, if we run it on small, yeah, small, we run it on small, gives us two files here, two data sets. We see, oh, what did I put there? I didn't mean can. See, that's what happens when you copy and you don't know what the heck you're doing. You got to pay attention. I want this there. Wait a second. There's I got 15. Oh boy, 15. And then that's, I didn't do, okay, explain very, okay, so CV15, okay. Okay. It should be on the training data too. Oof. Why train? Wait a second. X train. X train. X train. This one. Oop. Okay, it should be X train, explain variance, and wait a second. God, what am I looking at? This is X train. And this is Y train. On the training data, the input, the output. That's why we split this out to get good training data. This one, we did this. Okay, anyway, all right, so let's run this again. And it looks similar to, it looks the same as this. All right, well, okay, so if you do these labs that I provide for you and you do all the participation activities, even though In the beginning, you're just sort of answering the questions as the questions are asked of you, and as you answer them, you start to absorb it and get it and see there's basically a procedure we go through for every chapter. They're similar, and that's how you learn this stuff. So it's kind of the challenge activities are really the ones that are challenges for you, given that I'm provide this help like this with the labs. So anyway, hope this helps. Thanks for watching.